This is Hawkins Precision Heavy Tactical one-piece scope mount. In this video, we're going to check it out. Gavin here from UltimateReloader.com. This was a totally fun rifle build. In fact, it was two rifle builds. This is the 1776 Freedom Rifle. It's built on a BAT HR action. I've got two barrel jobs that I did. We've got dedicated videos on each of those. First, it was a 7mm PRC. Then it also became a 338 Lapua. Really fun stuff. Did full custom Cerakote, laser imaging. You're going to want to check out those videos. Now, when I put the scope together, we've got this Blackhound optic, and I've got conventional scope rings. I think it would be totally cool to upgrade this rifle with a one-piece scope mount. And that's what I've got here, the Hawkins Precision Heavy Tactical one-piece scope mount. There's some things I really like about this scope mount. First, it's one piece. So it's going to be more rigid and it's more simple to deal with if you're going to take it from one rifle and put it on another. Obviously, you've got to have Picatinny rails on those rifles. Very heavy construction. It's got 3 cross bolts and it's got 3 screws per side on each ring. This thing is built like a tank. It's got an integral level. This is something that now needs to be standard equipment. You notice I haven't put one on here yet. Now I don't have to worry about it because it's built into this one-piece scope mount. And then there's a forward pick rail that we can optionally put on if we had something like an illuminator or some sort of range finding equipment, something like that. So the versatility is awesome, and this thing is just totally high quality. So I'm going to get this scope off the rifle. I'm going to take apart the rings, that kind of thing, and then we'll check out the install. All right, scope and rings are off the rifle. Time to get the mount installed. And kind of what I'm thinking on this is I'm just going to get the mount roughly positioned, and we'll take a look at our eye relief to see if we like what we're seeing. So I'm going to get these caps off first, and then we'll go ahead and screw down the mount. Okay, with the rings off, we're going to loosen these clamps. I have the Wheeler fat sticks here, and that is going to be 65 inch-pounds when we tighten these down. So we'll go ahead and grab that torque limiter, 1/2 inch socket that comes with it. Find a spot kind of towards the front, if memory serves me, on that. We're going to try right there. We want to pull forward on that or push forward to get the appropriate recoil-induced surface contact preset, if you will. Okay, now I'm going to take a quick rough-in look at our eye relief. Let's get these caps open. We'll see if the scope is approximately where we need it to be. So I want to be right there, something like that. So I'm going to move it forward another click at least. See how much room we have. All the screws and stuff are like really finely made on here. Right there, I think. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Take another look at our eye relief. Got maximum magnification since that's usually when the eye relief is going to be in its narrowest. Yeah, I like that. A little bit more forward. Yeah, that feels natural. Good. So now we'll go ahead and set the rings. while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and torque these down. 65 inch-pounds. Double check on the box. It's written right on the back. 65. And the ring top screws are going to be 25. So we will switch out our torque limiter when the time comes. That's hefty. Screws are popping up and down. Okay. Okay, so the mount is on securely. I'm going to take these screws off because we're not going to use any accessories yet. This brings the scope up just a hair, which is good. Those rings were just a touch low. So I'm liking how that is netting out there. We'll put the screws here with this guy. Okay, so now what I'll typically do is I'll rock this ring to one side, the ring cap, and then I'll tighten one of the screws until I kind of see it come up with about an even gap, and then go to the opposite corner and just kind of get things really not even finger tight, and then settle in the rest of the screws. That'll put us in a reasonable position. We're going to need to twist the scope in the rings to get it level, so I might have already overdone that a little bit. Let's see how that, yeah. We're going to back off just a touch. It's all about getting things just about where they need to be. Perfect. And the same on the back ring now. I really like to use the bit alone without the screwdriver handle, because it's just quicker to rotate in your fingers for these maneuvers. Okay, can we still rotate the scope? That is perfect. A bit of tension, it's going to stay where it is. And so now I'm going to use a parallel and the level. And so we're going to get a baseline on the rifle itself. I've got some wedges that I just got. Unfortunately, they're down at my gunsmithing shop right now, so I'm going to just use the old level trick. Okay, so that's perfectly level. And we can still fit that in. That's good. We'll get the scope so that it indicates level. Looks like we need to twist this way just a hair. Make sure that the rifle didn't move. I'm going to kind of go back and forth until they agree. Perfect. So you might be asking yourself, why don't you just put the level on the top of the cap? Well, there's some definite tolerance stacking. See, that doesn't even show level right now. And the way that the cap mounts does not ensure that it's going to be totally level. So that's why. Make sure that our gaps are continuing to look like they're even. Yeah, I like that better. We're not to the point where we're really torquing down yet. I'm just getting things positioned here. Yeah, I like that gap. That's looking real good. Okay, so now we can switch to 25. And we're going to use this same bit here. Same in the back. And our level, the bubble level on the scope rings agrees. So there she is. I say we go out and do some quick shooting. So the first thing I did here at the range, we're at 100 yards here. I pulled out the bolt and I did a quick bore sight. And we had to come down quite a bit because we've got a 20 MOA integral rail and then we've got 20 MOA on our mount. Okay, so that's fine. This is a long range rig. Had plenty of elevation adjustment with the Blackhound scope. So I'm gonna get this thing back zeroed. Oh, not bad. Wow, 2 shots in the same hole. This load is really good. So it looks like you need to come up a couple clicks. Dial 2, oh yeah. You need to come right. Couple clicks. One more elevation adjustment here. Oh, nice. Okay, we're dead on now. Good stuff. Well, that was one of my best bore sighting jobs ever. About that far from point of impact to point of aim, and a couple quick adjustments, got this thing back zeroed. And I'm just really liking this mount. I like the way that it goes together on the rifle with the scope. I love the integrated level and just the confidence that I get knowing that I'm running a one-piece mount that's just very, very robust. The scope isn't going to be shifting all around when this thing gets knocked around in a PRS match or whatever that happens to be. Not that I'm going to shoot a PRS match with 338 Lapua, but in my in-field long-range shooting and the other things that we're going to be using this rifle for. So this is a really great setup. The heavy tactical one-piece scope mount from Hawkins Precision, definitely recommend it. Here's what I want to know is, what do you think? Are you running this mount? Are you thinking about this mount? Drop a comment and we'll start a discussion. I think I'm going to do a little bit more shooting, so we'll see you guys later. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you want to learn lucrative gunsmithing like what I show here on the channel, including building custom rifles and Cerakote plus a whole bunch more, you're going to want to check out the Colorado School of Trades, schooloftrades.edu. Thanks again for watching.